I do think it's important to make sure you have an ASHI certified inspector. The reason? Anyone can get an inspection license.
Right.
Anybody can go, take the test and be done. Now, to be ASHI certified, you actually have to be trained and work so many hours, that's my understanding. So you just have a little more.
Yeah, I did not know that at all. So yeah, that's awesome. And so once you get your inspector and they come in and say you have some repairs that need to be done, do they come back into your home? Is that same inspector come in, or is there usually a different inspector who comes in and follows up on that?
So with the inspectors that I usually am accustomed to working with, once the inspection comes through and he's made the report, they're going to give you a detailed report, or they should, highlighting any things that they see. Then you and your agent are going to go through those. You're going to negotiate with the seller, and some will be repairs that maybe the buyer or the seller could negotiate. If not, then it's on that honey-do list. Now, once they've been repaired, always suggest being repaired by a licensed or certified or contractor that's qualified to do those repairs, especially if it's electrical or plumbing.
Right.
You want someone who knows what they're doing getting up in there, or roofing, things like that. But once you've got those inspections negotiated, repaired, you can absolutely have that inspector come back. You can ask for the same inspector to come back and recheck that work.
Okay, perfect.
If it is something like electrical, not always do the inspectors come back, but what you want is a paid receipt showing, or the details of the work
That it was
completed by that electrician or by that plumber, so that you can go and see that it's been done, and then you have a fallback in the event something else goes wrong or has additional issues.
Okay.
So once your inspections are all done, you have that 10-day or 15-day, whatever the inspection period is negotiated, to get all of your inspections that you want completed.
Okay.
They're then provided to you from your providers, from your vendors that you've chosen. And let's just say for this purpose of the conversation would be, let's say, Pillar to Post. Pillar to Post came in and you had ordered the building inspection, and you had also requested, we had a fireplace, we had that done, and a gas inspection. So we had 3 different inspectors come in. They've provided all the information. You've now you make sure that's within, let's say it's 10 days. You make sure that you've got everything completed by day 8. You don't want to wait till day 10.
Right.
Because if you pass that day 10, you've forgiven. You're done. That's it. You can't go back and say, oh, wait a minute. I'd like to ask for, the fireplace flue was cracked. I need you to fix that. Well, today's day 11. You should probably talk to your agent.
Right.
So those dates are very important. Keep those timelines in mind. So I always tell my clients, hey, let's make sure we get it as quickly as possible. The buyer reviews it. They tell me and I always kind of tell them to prioritize what's most important to you, because not always are you going to be able to get everything on that list,
especially within like a 10-day time frame. Yeah,
absolutely. So make that list. So then within that 10 days, now it's day 10, I've got to get that over to the seller's agent. So we've got everything over there. We've sent them our requests for repairs. Now we enter into what's considered inspection notice period. Okay, so we have our inspection period, and now it's the inspection notice period, and that's your negotiations.
Okay.
So now we've sent on my buyer's behalf, I've sent that to the seller's agent. Seller's agent goes to the seller, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, they want this, 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 and this. Sometimes the lists are long, and sometimes it's just a couple things. All houses are different. Like I said, even if it's as is, it's important to get that inspection. You don't want to get caught off guard. So now Mr. Seller comes back and says, well, I'll fix, let's say we send over 6 items. First was electrical, because I think, like I said, importance, prioritize, and the way of importance. Electrical is very important. That's, you know, safety hazard, plumbing, different things like that. But let's say they had 6 things on their list and they sent back and they said, well, we'll do 1 through 4. So in this 10-day, and usually it's another 10-day of inspection notice period.
After your first 10 days.
After the first 10 days. So inspections for the first 10 days. Then the next 10 days, you're negotiating. If it's not an as-is contract, you're negotiating repairs.
Okay.
So we sent over 6. They sent back, we'll do 1 through 4. And that's where they'd like to stay. But they didn't do 1 through 4, they did 1, 2, 3, and then they picked our number 6.
Oh, okay.
So we really wanted 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we can go back and say, well, okay, we really, you know, I appreciate that. We can renegotiate, we can resubmit, we can redirect. You can do credit in lieu of repairs.
Okay.
So you can hire your own repair people, or you just come to some understanding and some mutually agreed decision on what will be fixed and what won't, and then you move forward. So once you've got that, okay, yep, all right, I get it. We'll pick up 4 and 5, 1, 2, 3, and 6. Okay, we'll accept that. Everybody signs off, and then usually the seller will go ahead and get things taken care of, and everything needs to be completed before the walkthrough.
Okay. Yeah, so you have definitely enough time in that. So it's almost like a whole 20 days. So after that first 10 days, anything that either didn't get covered or you kind of missed. So if you missed it, can that be in the negotiating period, or say if you, or does that have to be something that's brought up in your first initial inspection?
So that's very, very good. Most people don't catch that. So it does have to be something that was caught in the inspection.
Okay.
And it does have to be, once you kind of initiate it and you're like, okay, yeah, here's what I want, and you go back, it's really not something you want to go, oh, wait a minute, I've changed my mind. I want to add some more to that. Or
This
I
is
want to
if you
change it
had
up.
10 things on your list, if 5 of them got completed, the remaining 5 can be transferred to your negotiation period.
They are, so no, because, so that is part of your negotiation period.
Okay.
So all that's done during negotiations.
Oh, wow, okay.
So they aren't, normally the repairs are not completed during the negotiations. That's just a negotiation of what they will be done.
Oh, okay.
So then now we've negotiated, all right, I will do 1, 2, 3, and 6. So, okay, everybody agrees. Now the seller takes the initiative, or the agent, to, okay, I need an electrician, I need a ground because it's, you know, it's 3 feet next to the water, I don't have a GFCI on it, there wasn't one in the garage, just things like that. So the electrician comes in, and now you have the receipt, because that's something that should be put in there. That all receipts, lien waivers will be provided